No, 40 years ago, when we started making Jonny Cat, most people had never even heard of cat litter. I get a lot of letters from cat lovers, and they all tell me that their cats are part of the family. That's why we don't use chemicals to control that little bit of airborne dust that occurs when it's poured from the bag. Others do, but we don't. It's all natural, super absorbent, eliminates odors. He wouldn't use anything else.
A viewer's guide to headline news at 25 and 55 minutes, spotlighting fascinating people, places, and things. Every 30 minutes, 24 hours a day, headline news, continuously updated, always on time.
Some people wallow in guilt. I hate it. That's why I love Wheat Thins. Whole wheat, no guilt. But now there's something new. Oat Thins. They have oat bran with whole oat grains. Look, you can even see them. And just like Wheat Thins, they're baked, not fried. That's important to me. Now, do I love these new Oat Thins as much as I love my Wheat Thins? Yeah. Am I feeling just a little guilty about that? Nabisco. Nah.
Think fast. Think breath savers with fast-acting mint crystals.
Okay, who's next?
He is.
Hi.
Hi.
Excitement building here at ringside.
That kid Duracell still looks fresh.
The Bruiser looking mean and angry out for round 9.
He's still dancing.
The Bruiser going after him.
Oh, what a fight.
But look at the Kid come back, pouring it on.
In his corner, Bruiser's bush.
The Kid has plenty left for the final round.
Today's Duracell battery keeps punching into the final rounds because it lasts up to 30% longer than the one from a few years back.
He never touched him. No contest, Kurt.
Duracell. You can't top the copper top.
How do you make tasty homemade pancakes fast? New shake and pour from Bisquick. Just add water, shake, pour, flip. Fresh, fluffy pancakes, lickety-split. New shake and pour pancake mixes from Bisquick.
Pain. Pain that throbs. Aches. Pain that pulses. When doctors were asked what they take more often for their everyday pain, Bayer, Tylenol, extra-strength Tylenol, or Advil, more doctors take Bayer more than extra-strength Tylenol or Tylenol, more than Advil. More doctors take Bayer. For pain, Bayer is the wonder drug that works wonders.
There's a place the Indians call Light on the Mountains. A place where cold, pure water from undiscovered lakes cascades down canyons and meanders across meadows to the fertile valleys below, where they grow potatoes that taste like no other potatoes on earth. The place is Idaho, the only place Idaho potatoes are grown.
Tonight on TBS, 2 crimes, 2 cases, 1 man, James Garner. First, he's out to put the bite on a killer before the killer puts the bite on him. Catherine Ross, Hal Holbrook, they only kill their masters. Then, no job is too tough for Philip Marlowe if the price is right.
100 a day in expenses.
But this case could be deadly. James Garner stars with Carol O'Connor and Bruce Lee in Marlowe. It all begins at 8:05 Eastern on TBS tonight. The Two Worlds of Jennie Logan now continues with Lindsay Wagner and Mark Singer.
Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here. You know, I was just thinking, what if everyone in the world lived in one house? Oh, yeah. Oh. What if everyone in the world lived in one house? We do.
This message was brought to you by the Better World Society.
Tonight, how does this preacher use a very earthly flock to benefit his spiritual flock? a maverick missionary with a very down-to-earth calling on CNN's The World Today, 6 Eastern tonight.
On November 11th, Americans all across the nation will honor those men and women who have served this great country. Coors and TBS invite you to show your thanks by giving to the Coors Veterans Memorial Scholarship Fund. In the last 6 years, Coors distributors, and consumers have donated $4.3 million to the sons and daughters of American veterans. For more information, call 1-800-49-COORS or look for the Coors displays.
There's no heartburn like your heartburn. And there's no liquid antacid like Gaviscon Extra Strength Relief Formula, the fire extinguisher. Because only this Gaviscon dispatches a unique foam barrier to smother your heartburn, while acid neutralizers put out the fire. Gaviscon Extra Strength Relief Formula Liquid, the fire extinguisher.
Ever feel too clumsy in the morning to brew a pot of coffee before you've had a cup of coffee? Introducing new Maxwell House filter packs. No fumbling, no bumbling. It's never been easier to brew a rich, perfect pot of Maxwell House coffee every time. New filter packs, in regular and decaffeinated, only from Maxwell House. Always good to the last drop.
If you think oat bran cereals are the way to go for overall nutrition, we're about to turn the tables on you. A leading consumer magazine just rated Nabisco shredded wheat ahead of all the leading oat bran cereals in nutritional value. That's how much fiber, protein, vitamins, and minerals per calorie we have and how little sugar and fat.
Gee, thanks.
And that should turn your ideas about nutrition around to Nabisco shredded wheat.
Are your teeth sensitive? Do they hurt? Sensodyne toothpaste can help stop the domino effect that can start with sensitivity. Then pain can make you stop brushing and can lead to tooth loss. Sensodyne toothpaste helps stop the pain and the domino effect.
Friday night on TBS. An American train carrying Nazi gold is hijacked, and one man wants to stop General Patton from finding the truth. Brass Target, 8:05 Eastern on TBS, Friday night.
The Two Worlds of Jennie Logan now continues with Lindsay Wagner and Mark Singer.
Just around the corner. Old John will help you. Thank you.
You're going to be knocked over by Tartar Control Aquafresh. It reduces ugly tartar and more. It helps remove plaque and fights cavities with fluoride, with taste that knocks over the leading brand. For a great deal more, get Tartar Control Aquafresh.
Tonight, how does this preacher use a very earthly flock to benefit his spiritual flock? A maverick missionary with a very down-to-earth calling on CNN's The World Today, 6 Eastern tonight.
Tonight on TBS, 2 crimes, 2 cases, 1 man. James Garner. First, he's out to put the bite on a killer before the killer puts the bite on him. Catherine Ross, Hal Holbrook, they only kill their masters. Then, no job is too tough for Philip Marlowe if the price is right.
100 a day and expenses.
But this case could be deadly. James Garner stars with Carol O'Connor and Bruce Lee in Marlowe. It all begins at 8:05 Eastern on TBS tonight.
From the Headline News Network, this is TBS MedicalWatch.
Brothers born with a rare disease that leaves them defenseless against ordinary infection no longer worry about a common cold turning into life-threatening pneumonia. Weekly injections of an experimental drug keep the boys' immune systems up to par. The shots restore a vital body compound the two cannot make for themselves and involve a drug-making process that holds promise for people suffering a wide range of disorders. This playground scene on a pleasant fall day shows how well the theory works. With Medical Watch, I'm Dan Rutz.
There's no reason in the world why we shouldn't continue to do the things that we enjoy doing in life. Granted, we have the odd aches and pains. Well, my goodness, I mean, what can we expect at our age? But I find that if I have Bufferin, a cup of tea and a couple of Bufferin, and I can continue. And Bufferin, my brand of aspirin, allows me to do the things that I want to do. I really wouldn't be without it for that reason.
Bufferin, so you can do the things you want to do.
Medical Watch is from Headline News. Anytime, all the time.
C-Spot Run, C-Spot Jump, C-Spot Kill. Devil Dog, the Hound of Hell. 4 Eastern on TBS Saturday.
I usually had breakfast with my father before I went to school. We had a whole big coffee cake. Dad and I would be fighting because he would eat the whole thing. Breakfast has really, it's changed a lot. We used to have only the Sara Lee large coffee cake, and now we have muffins. There's blueberry, apple spice, oat bran, there's bagels. He loved the poppy seed bagel, and he loved that they had enough poppy seeds. I think he counted the pecans, the raisins, blueberries, but I don't think he could count all the poppy seeds.
70% of adult tooth loss is caused by gum disease. Strong, healthy gums are what keep your teeth where they belong. So be sure to brush, floss, and use the Waterpik dental system. It cleans below the gum line, where brushing and flossing can't, to help protect and strengthen your gums. Get a hold of a Waterpik dental system and hang on to your teeth.
Yeah, sure, I'm Spiffy's for furniture. Soft towels and furniture polish, all in one. So I dust and polish in just a wipe, with no waxy buildup. Try me and the 4 other Spiffys.
That's right.
We cut the work down to a wipe.
Want an adjustable bed, but don't think you can afford one? Then you haven't priced Craftmatic adjustable beds lately. Craftmatic Model 2 beds cost hundreds less than these quality flat beds. And this Craftmatic Model 3 is available at 50% of Craftmatic 2's low cost. 50%. Craftmatic Model 3 and 2 beds adjust to all these healthful positions and offer optional heat and massage, yet cost less than these quality flat beds. Get our free catalog by mail, including information on Craftmatic 3s at savings of 50% of Craftmatic 2's low cost.
Hello, I'd like to receive your free catalog and 50% information by mail.
Certainly, sir.
It's easy, so call for this free catalog right away.
Call 1-800-228-7700. That's 1-800-228-7700. Toll free. Call 1-800-228-7700.
The Two Worlds of Jennie Logan now continues with Lindsay Wagner and Mark Singer.